It takes a lot of effort and commitment to make a fantastic movie. Few trilogies can claim a perfect track record in terms of both critical and financial success, making it nearly challenging to make 3 terrific movies. Some individuals, though, have over the years come exceedingly close to doing so. Here are the top 10 best movie trilogies of all time. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Number 10. Spider-Man Trilogy. The 1960s comic books by Stan Lee and Steve Ditko were the inspiration for Spider-Man and its 2 sequels. Tobey Maguire uncannily resembled the nerd-turned-superhero Peter Parker from old drawings. Even if Spider-Man 3 didn't measure up to the expectations set by the first 2 films, Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2 are among the greatest comic book films ever made. Number 9. The Back to the Future Trilogy. It's difficult to predict how Back to the Future would have performed if Michael J. Fox had not been selected to play Marty McFly. Robert Zemeckis' time travel trilogy has a lively energy thanks to the joy he injects into the part with Christopher Lloyd's Doc Brown. All 3 Back to the Future movies is ideal for family entertainment since they are loaded with lines that can be repeated and scenarios that will be mocked for all time. Number 8. Indiana Jones Trilogy. Nobody would have minded if Harrison Ford had decided to stop acting after Star Wars and Han Solo. Instead, he collaborated with Star Wars creator George Lucas and none other than Steven Spielberg to bring one of cinema's most recognizable heroes, archaeology professor turned super soldier Indiana Jones, to life. The more we talk about 2008's Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, the less we should discuss the original 3 indie films, which are undisputed 80s classics. Maybe the upcoming 5th movie will finally remove this movie from the best trilogy list. Number 7. Star Wars Original Trilogy. The groundbreaking 1977 movie Star Wars, later retitled Star Wars: A New Hope, made unprecedented use of both visual effects and world building. The simple good versus evil, but in space idea of the first movie was infallible, whereas succeeding installments of the tale experimented with politics with varying degrees of success. The dark sequel, The Empire Strikes Back from the 1980s, is impressively even more gripping than its predecessor and has one of the finest narrative twists ever. Despite being a minor step backward, The Return of the Jedi remains a fitting ending. Number 6. Batman. Some of the greatest Batman villains ever make appearances in the trilogy, and each one is as clever and convincing as the one before it. Perhaps not surprisingly, Heath Ledger once again steals the show and wins tremendous plaudits from reviewers and viewers for his portrayal of the Joker. Christian Bale, who certainly deserves special mention, has produced the best Batman performances to date in my opinion. Number 5. Iron Man Trilogy. The Iron Man trilogy scored well at the box office and wasn't too poorly received by critics. Its ability to successfully introduce the first phase of the Marvel Cinematic Universe at a time when DC and Sony were setting the standard for comic book adaptations was perhaps its greatest accomplishment. Few are cast even remotely as well as Iron Man among the primary Avengers. The success of the films was aided by Robert Downey Jr.'s charm and charisma, who plays the ideal Tony Stark. One of the greatest comic book trilogy ever produced was Iron Man. Number 4. Pirates of the Caribbean. The 2003 release of the first Pirates of the Caribbean, which was largely based on the same named theme park experience, left a lasting influence. One of the most likable main casts ever assembled was provided by Depp, Bloom, and Knightley, and it was simple to see their connection on screen. The first 2 sequels starred all 3 actors again, but Knightley and Bloom left before the 4th film in the series was released. Their absence was noticed, yet it might be argued that the subsequent Pirates of the Caribbean films were lackluster due to the absence of Gore Verbinski's magic. Number 3. The Matrix. The Matrix is a trilogy that has some of the most incredible special effects ever seen in cinema, a compelling storyline, and standout characters. Neo's transformation from a skeptic programmer to the One is captivating from start to finish, and the connections he makes along the way are quite useful for this. The most intriguing of these may be his ongoing rivalry with Agent Smith, who is superbly portrayed by Hugo Weaving. The concept is one of the best in the sci-fi genre, and the Wachowskis did a fantastic job of bringing the plot to the big screen. Number 2. The Living Dead Trilogy. Horror trilogies are uncommon, if only because they turn into money makers and inspire countless more sequels such as Halloween, Friday the 13th, and Saw. The zombie movies by George Romero, such as Night of the Living Dead from 1968, Dawn of the Dead from 1978, and Day of the Dead from 1985, are terrifying and gory, but they also serve as commentary on society, consumerism, and the idea that humans are more dangerous than zombies. This idea may seem tired now, largely because of The Walking Dead, but it was fascinating back then. Number 1. The Lord of the Rings. With his fantastic Lord of the Rings trilogy, Peter Jackson effectively created that impression. The amazing source material and those of the rest of the actors and crew were both available to the filmmaker. Each member of the Fellowship is flawlessly cast and excels in bringing their roles to life. Despite the trilogy's absurd length, the pacing is impeccable throughout, and each battle scene is expertly planned. So guys, that was it for this video. What did you think about our video? Let us know in the comment section below. If you are new to our channel, be sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell to get notified about our latest videos. Thanks for watching.